It's a good time to be an Arsenal supporter, and we haven't said that very often of late. They currently sit fourth in the table, 3 points clear of Spurs. They have a game in hand. They're looking good, aren't they, for a Champions League place? Saka has been fantastic this season. Interesting exchange between Saka and Steve Gerrard after Arsenal's win against Villa. Saka was saying, I wasn't complaining to the ref, this is when he was talking to the ref a lot, but I just wanted to let him know that's my game. Running at players with pace, and sometimes I need a bit more protection when players are purposely trying to kick me. Steven Gerrard was asked about this, and he said, it's part of the game. The last time I checked, it's not a non-contact sport. I think tackles are allowed, physicality is allowed. He's a good player, he's an outstanding talent, and I love him, but he can't complain about that side. That's football. I'm sitting here now with screws in my hips. I've had 16 operations. I'm struggling to go to the gym at the moment. That's all on the back of earning a living in English football. He'll learn, and he'll learn quick.
Are you sure it was Saka that said that, or was it his mum and dad?
There he is.
I mean, seriously, get a grip.
Too much money.
Too much money. And see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Saka's got to realise that he's putting himself in situations. Now, I can honestly tell you, I haven't seen people just blatantly going to try and kick this guy. He's putting himself in situations where he's getting caught. And he is a guy who doesn't take an awful lot to come off the field, because he's had quite a few knocks where he hasn't played the next game for 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. So if that's me, my football brain is telling me, right, don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to get caught. Don't go in a 50-50 with Tyrone Mings, because he's a stone heavier and he's going to go through you like knife through butter. If you're not going to win it and use your pace to win it and get away from him, then leave it. I mean, it's about using your talent the right way. Because if you don't, and you keep getting kicked, then eventually you break down completely. And so it's down to him.
I can tell you this, and I'm going to take the side of the defender now, who reads these comments, hears about these comments, and he says, oh, you're a skillful player. I see. Oh, you're about pace. Don't you worry about it. Here I come, and I'm going to make sure that when I have my chance, you're not going to be able to use your pace. You're not going to be able to use your skill, and I am going to break you. Right? I'm going to get after you. And while I'm doing it, when you're laying on the ground, I'm saying, where's your skill now, buddy? Where's your speed now?
I don't like this.
No, all I'm telling you is, if you're a defender and you see a guy who's come out and told you that he doesn't like the physical aspect of the game, that he wants to be protected, I said, well, yeah, as Stevie just said, where's daddy and mommy now? Are they going to protect you? Is the referee going to protect you? No, they're not here to protect you, bud. You better get on and play the game. Physicality is part of it. And when you tell people that you don't like to get kicked, that, oh my goodness, I need somebody to protect me, guess what's going to happen? People are going to get after you.
Frank?
Well, that's exactly what it is. I mean, he put himself in that position because he's talented, because he has all the tools, to humiliate the defenders. But defenders don't like to be the victims. They don't like to be humiliated. And when he makes those kind of comments, you say, okay, you know what, defenders? Don't touch me, because I'm absolutely fantastic. I have skills and everything, and I want to show you that I can humiliate you even more. It would have been, I think, no striker would have said that in my time, because he would have known that the game after 10 seconds, he would have felt the stance of somebody. That's what it was before. And this was people like Gerrard, experience, and some others experience. It's why they were tough, because they knew that they couldn't make those kind of comments, because they would have been kicked the game after. It's what it is. No referee won't protect you. You will have to protect yourself. You will have to get some more experience to make sure you won't be kicked. But don't make those kind of comments, because you are saying to the defender, oh, I'm scared, so don't kick me. No, we're going to kick you. We're going to kick you big time.
Do you want to defend your boy, Jules?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's a sweet boy, and maybe he needs to toughen up a bit. The boys are right. I mean, there's times where he's been over the limit, really, and even that Tyrone Mings tackle that almost took his ankle away was really, really, really on the edge. Where I don't understand is what's got to do with Steve Gerrard not being able not being able
you talking
to
about
run
on
right
the
now?
edge?
What? Because
Jules, please let me ask you something. How is this? What has this got to do with Tyrone Mings being on the edge? Tyrone Mings did his job. Tyrone Mings got to the ball first and cleared the ball.
Yeah.
Right?
And then took his ankle. So that could have been given as a red. We've seen red like that before. It's fine. He got a yellow.
So here's where you and I disagree. In my book, that is Saka's fault. That's what when I was talking about earlier on.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in a situation where you might get caught. And certainly don't put yourself in a situation where you know you're going to be second to the ball. And if you're going to be second to the ball with Tyrone Mings or any other big square-headed centre-back, then you keep yourself out the road. To try and put this on Tyrone Mings, who's only doing his job, and the way the game's refereed today...
I didn't put anything on anyone.
Well,
I didn't put anything on anyone. This could have been a red. But that could have been a red, regardless.
Well, that's what you've done. You've put it all on Tyrone Mings. You haven't said one word about Saka should have got out the road, because that's what you do as a professional. When you see these situations and you're not getting the ball, then you have to figure out, OK, well, what am I going to do now? Why would you go and put yourself in a situation? And all of a sudden, everybody's looking at Tyrone Mings saying that could have been a red card, when Tyrone Mings has done nothing wrong. He's cleared the ball. Because he's 6'4", 200 pounds or whatever, there's going to be some sort of follow-through. And he hasn't gone crazy and lifted his leg up past his knees or anything. This is down to Saka.
Because I'm sure in your time, if your winger in front of you would have jumped out of a challenge from their centre-back, you would have been happy and say, hey, well done, mate. Well done for jumping out of that tackle. I don't think you would have said that. You would have said, hey, why did you jump off there? And you know what I don't understand from Steve Gerrard? I don't understand. Why is Steve Gerrard comparing himself and the fact that he can't go running now in the gym at 45? Because Steve Gerrard is in that state, and I love him dearly. Bukayo Saka has to be like that as well when he's 45. He doesn't have to end up like Steven Gerrard.
I don't care what Steven Gerrard
But it's
says.
Steven Gerrard's comment about himself.
I'm just telling you.
Steven Gerrard's comments about himself.
I don't care what Steven Gerrard said. So I maybe agree with you. Why is he
But that's what you're talking about. You're talking about his comments.
I'm talking about Saka, right? If I've got Saka in my team and he's got a big square head coming at him and he gets out the road, there is not a chance that I'm going to turn around and say, you coward. Why didn't you go into that? That is absolutely, I would not have done that at all. Now, if Saka was 200 pounds and 6'4" against another guy and didn't make a 50-50, then I would have a problem. But no, guys like him, you look after them, and you certainly, guys like him, have to look after themselves more than anything, because they need to have the football intelligence not to put themselves in situations where they're going to get cut.
Regardless, Dan, Saka should not be making these comments if they should be coming from his manager, from Arteta or somebody else, but not from the player himself.
If it's a target on his back.
Absolutely.
Despite that target, Arsenal going to finish top 4, aren't they, Jules?
It's looking good. I think Spurs and Conte, especially when they're on it and they have that consistency, I think still look good. And the 2 games in hand that Arsenal have, one is away at Chelsea and one is away at Spurs. So we will know very soon if those count or not. And I think maybe that hard-line clash between the two could be the decisive, the final for that 4th place, like the Etihad clash between City and Liverpool is going to be the final for the title.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.